Hello, and welcome to our quick tutorial on how to submit timesheets for the Community Service Corps program. If you are a part of the Almezi Career Fellows cohort, this video is not for you. Please contact Jefferson Beleva for further information. For students that are a part of the Community Service Corps program, please keep watching. I want to remind you that your timesheet is due on a bi-weekly schedule. Please check out the Student Aid Pay Schedule for exact dates and times of when your timesheets are due. Before we dive into the actual process of filling out a timesheet, I want to go over a few reminders. Students must complete this timesheet and must also email me a signed copy of their timesheet by Friday at noon according to the pay schedule. I will go over the whole process from start to finish shortly. Remember that you must only input the hours that you are scheduled to work. For example, if you are scheduled to work from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. but you log in at 8:45 a.m., you must still input 9 a.m. as your start time. Do not input additional minutes that you are not scheduled for. Please keep in mind that this system only allows time to be input by 15-minute intervals. For example, you can only type in 12 p.m., 12:15 p.m., 12:30 p.m., or 1 p.m. If you want to input 12:20 p.m., that would not be a possibility. You would need to round to the closest 15-minute interval. A very important announcement is that you must input your breaks. If you are working 8 hours or more, it is mandatory that you take a 1-hour unpaid break. If you are working 6 hours or more, it is mandatory that you take a 30-minute unpaid break. You must make sure you complete all 4 columns to indicate any break time you put. My last reminder is that you must complete your timesheet on time and be attentive to any questions I may ask before I approve your hours. If you submit your timesheet late, your pay will be delayed by 2 to 4 weeks, and it would be out of our control to get your payment sooner. Students that do not submit timesheets in a prompt fashion will be given a warning. Now, to get started on inputting the hours, first, you must go to the PR Assist website by typing in on a Google search bar PR Assist LaGuardia Community College. Click on the link under How to Log in to PR Assist. Sign in utilizing the credentials you previously created. Once you sign in, on the left-hand side, you will see an option that says View Timesheets. Click on that and select the option that says Student Placement Services. This is how your timesheet will look like. If you look on the section that says Pay Period, you will see a drop-down menu with a number. This is a drop-down menu that you will utilize to choose which week you want to input. In order to know which week we are currently on, please access the pay period calendar and use that to select what pay period you would like to fill out. This is only a sample pay schedule. Your real pay schedule will have a number from 1 to 25, which is the pay period number that appears on PR Assist. If you take a look on the highlighted blue section, it says pay period and a number. You will match that up to the pay schedule and click on the drop-down menu to navigate between pay periods. So in case you miss a pay period and you miss to submit a timesheet, this is where you can access older timesheets. Now, let's proceed to actually complete a timesheet. If you take a look on your left-hand side, you will see the days of the week and also the dates that are scheduled for that pay period. So let's pretend you worked from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on 11/04. On the first column where it says in, this is specifically for the time that you went into work. Now, when you look at that column, this is always going to be the time that you started. The middle column will always be the column that you went on break for. So for example, if you took a break at around maybe 1 or 2, you will use both of the middle columns to indicate how much time you took off and what time you left for work for the last column. So let's just complete a sample timesheet here. So let's pretend that you went to break at around 1 p.m. You put 1 p.m. in the second column that you went out to lunch. And then let's pretend that you took a 1-hour break. So you came back into work at 2 p.m. You would put that in the third column. And then the final column, that is where you will put the time that you clocked out of work. On the right-hand side, you will see the total number of hours that you have worked during that day. It is very important that you pay attention to just this column because that is going to be how many hours you will be getting paid for that day. Now let's pretend that you didn't take a lunch break. The way that you would fill out your timesheet is by putting in the time that you went into work on the first column, on the column that says in, and then on the out column, you would put the time that you clocked out. So this is the way that you would fill out your timesheet in a situation that you did not take a lunch break. If you take a look at the right-hand side, you will have the total number of hours that you worked without a lunch break. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you must indicate that you took a break if you worked 6 hours or more. You would have to take a 30-minute lunch break. If you worked more or equal to 8 hours, you are also required to take a 1-hour lunch break. The PR Assist system will automatically deduct some time if you do not fill out the timesheet correctly. If you are unsure of why this is happening, you must contact me immediately so that I can walk you through the steps on how to fill out this timesheet properly. Before you click submit on all of the changes you have made, make sure that you check out the grand total number of hours that you have worked for this pay period. Make sure that it is accurate and that you did not exceed the number of hours that you were supposed to work for that week. Once you are satisfied with this timesheet, you can go ahead and submit the timesheet. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you will only be allowed to input your work schedule in terms of 15-minute intervals. So as an example, if you put a time that you clocked in as 10:05, the system will not allow you to do that. It will recommend that you input your hours as 10:15, 10:30, or 10:45. So just be conscious about that. If you are having any difficulty with this or you need further assistance, please feel free to email me. Remember that you will need to submit this PR Assist timesheet, and also you need verification from your supervisor and a signature from your supervisor indicating that these hours are correct. So to move on to this next step of submitting your timesheet, you will check off the button that says that you certify that these hours are accurate. So you just click on the button. You can write any comment that you would like, maybe something that explains your hours or something that you would like to let your supervisor know. And once you are done writing in a comment section, you can click on the save button. There is no button that says submit. There is only a save button. If you click on save, it will automatically go straight to me. The print button will automatically direct you to a PDF version of this timesheet that you can save onto your desktop. This PDF timesheet will look like this. You will have the date that you printed your timesheet, and then you will have a section on the bottom that would require signatures. This is where your supervisor must sign your timesheet in order to verify that you have indeed worked those hours. Unfortunately, I cannot approve your timesheet because I was not present during your work schedule, and I would need verification from your supervisor to guarantee that you have indeed worked your schedule that you are clocking in for. Your supervisor can sign this PDF electronically if they would like. Now, in order to get their signature, it is very simple. You must open up a new email and attach the PDF that you have downloaded from the PR Assist system and write the supervisor a message that your timesheet will be due on Thursday. That way, you guarantee that I receive the timesheet by Friday at noon. Be sure to indicate a due date for your supervisor and to follow up with your supervisor if you have not heard back. As a final step, once your supervisor has signed off your timesheet and has sent it back to you signed, you must forward the attachment to me before Friday at noon. The email address that you will be sending your finalized signed timesheet is servicecorps@lagcc.cuny.edu. You can also reach out to me to this email address for any questions or concerns or technical issues that you may be facing. To finalize this video, I will post up the reminder timesheet announcements I have made at the beginning of the video. If there are any issues with your timesheet, I will be reaching out to you on Friday after you submit your timesheet. That is why it is very important for you to submit on time so that we have enough time to troubleshoot any issues that may come up. As always, I am available to answer any questions that you may have about this video or about submitting timesheets via PR Assist. Thank you very much for your time and have a great rest of the day.